Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, this is Amayu, and in today's video I'll be talking to you how to plot the correlation matrix. Well, whenever we are publishing any article or we are working on any project, we always need this correlation table, but it's a time of more interactive plots, so we require a bit interactive plotting these days for our reports and our publications to be more effective and to be more interactive and to be more reader friendly. So in order to do that, there is a package in RStudio. We call it as CorePlot package. So you all need to install this CorePlot package. This is installer packages, CorePlot. I've already installed it, so I'll just library it. Library CorePlot. Right. So if you look at this data, we've got some 12-14 variables, and I want to create the correlation matrix of them, and then specifically I'll be plotting this correlation matrix. So first of all, let's find out the correlation matrix first. So it's quite easy. Let me name it as AA. AA is equal to core, and I've saved this data as my data. So this is, if I print AA, so this is a sort of matrix or table of the correlations. You see the correlations of every variables with its neighboring variables. 13 correlations for all. Now, as I saved this correlation in AA, it's quite easy to plot it properly in a very interactive plot. So in order to plot them, we'll be using this CorePlot function. CorePlot. Right. What is the first argument that it requires? It is actually the same matrix of the correlation that I just estimated, which I have saved in AA. So it's AA. So let's see what it has. First, just print this CorePlot AA. See, if I zoom this plot, you see on x-axis and on horizontal axis and on vertical axis there are variables, and this is a sort of interactive plots of those correlations. So the dark bluish, the more it is dark bluish, it is stronger positive correlation, and the more it is darker brownish, it is negative correlation. So almost all the variables are actually showing strong positive correlation. Very few are actually showing the negative correlation if you see those brown circles, but remember these are not that darkish, so it's not a very strong correlation. So moving forward, what else do we have? There are a lot of arguments for those circles. You can say it that I don't need circles, but rather I need squares. So you will be needing this method function for it. Method is equal to square. Right, see, now we have squares. So if I zoom in further, now we have squares with the same color scheme and everything. Rest remains the same, only the circle has been transformed into square. Right. So what else do we have in this method? If you explore it further, we have a lot of options. You can also give it as pi. So now, in spite of circles or squares, we have pies. The rounder the pie, the stronger the correlation is. Right. So if you see this diagonal line, so it's a variable has a correlation with itself, which will definitely be 100%. So positive 100%. So that's why it's quite darker. The rest are not that strongly correlated. Very few of them are negative, has a negative correlation, but not that strong. Okay, what else do we have? That was ellipse. You can explore further methods as well. I'll not be going in details, but rather I'll be talking about few other arguments of this specific CorePlot function. So what else do we have? The next important argument is type. Well, if you want the upper diagonal or if you want the lower diagonal, again, it will be showing the same thing. So for example, if I give upper in this type, it will show me the upper diagonal. See, if I zoom in it further, it is showing it as, the upper diagonal. What if I want the number rather than those squares and, rectangles? Then what you have to do, you have to change this method or pi, just put number in spite of this pi. Right. See, what do we have? Here now we have the numbers. If you see, the numbers are quite big, so they are sort of invisible. So what if I want to reduce the size of these numbers? This is very simple function for them. It's just number.sex. Okay, number dot sex. Right. So if I put 0.5, see, if I zoom it in now, see, the numbers are quite visible now. It's not that big. But there is one problem with the plot. If you see, the variable names are very large. So what if I want to reduce the size of those variable names? There is a function for it inside this core plot. Put the comma after the last argument. So that is actually tl.sex. tl.sex, right. So 0.5. See, now it becomes a bit more interactive. See, the variable names are, sort of in a good range now, quite visible, quite interactive, and quite, readable. So that was about the titles. What if I want the color of those variable name? Again, tl.color. You will be using the function tl.call. So rest will remain the same, tl.call. For example, if I want to give the blue color, so tl.call is equal to blue in the parenthesis. So see, now the variable names are blue. Right. So this is, sort of acceptable for the A category journals. So that was blue. What else can I do? For example, if I want to change the title, if I want to give the title, so again, it's quite easy. Just put main is equal to correlation plot. Right. See, now I have the title as well on the top of this is correlation plot on the top of this plot. Right. What else can you do? What if you want to change the color scheme? Right now I have this bluish and this brownish. The darker the bluish, the darker the brownish. What if I want to give it green and red? So again, it's quite easy for that. You will be using this color rem palette function, a sort of, a lengthier and difficult name, but it's, it's understandable. So just name it as color. Okay, so the problem is actually with this double parenthesis. I'll be needing double parenthesis, and then after this double parenthesis, I'll be needing a separate parenthesis in which I'll be placing 10. Right, so this colors. So now use this specific function inside that same core plot function. Now call is equal to color. Right, so now it's red and greenish. Okay, now it's quite interesting now. So what if I want to give it, I don't want numbers, but rather I want pi. Let's see how it looks. See, so now I have pi. The darker reddish it is, the stronger positive correlation it has. The darker greenish it is, the stronger negative correlation it has. So I think the bluish, titles are looking a sort of weird and awkward. So let me change it into red now. So for that, I told you we'll be needing tl.call function, which is blue. So let me put red here, tl.call red. See, now I have red titles for the variable names. Right. What if I increase the size a bit more to make it more interactive? So tl.sex is 0.5. Let me use it as 0.7. Okay, see, so it's more interactive now. I believe if you use this core plot function, and if you specifically use those interactive plots in your papers, research papers or publications, or maybe you might require the correlation matrices for your projects inside specific job. Again, it will be really helpful, and I believe your manager will be will be impressed with all those interactive plots. So I hope you will like this video. I'm coming up with more. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.